Well, David, we've been here all day watching as thousands of mourners made their way here to Balmoral, many traveling for hours, telling us they wanted to be here with their queen, to feel her spirit one final time. And it's from here that ceremonies honoring her life will begin. In the coming days, the Queen's coffin will travel to Edinburgh for a service, and then one final time to London, where there'll be a procession from Buckingham Palace to Westminster Hall, the public able to say their final goodbyes while the Queen lies in state ahead of the funeral. And today, President Biden said he will be there. David?
An extraordinary week and a half ahead of us. Maggie Rulli in Scotland, thank you. Tonight, Prince Charles, of course, now King Charles III, the at times awkward boy growing up who then faced deeply personal challenges right on the world stage with his marriage to Princess Diana. But now married to Camilla for nearly 20 years, leading the family after the death of his father, Prince Philip, and now leading the Commonwealth in remembering his mother, the Queen. Tonight, the journey for a young Charles and how he got to this moment. Our foreign correspondent, James Longman, right here in London tonight.
From his earliest days, King Charles has been acutely aware of his destiny. He was just 3 years old when his mother became queen, her reign the backdrop to his entire life.
One of the things he talks about is this memory of his mother coming to kiss him goodnight on the nursery floor, wearing the imperial state crown.
This the moment he took the oath as Prince of Wales to his mother, the formality of their relationship clear.
I, Charles, Prince of Wales, will become your liege man of life and limb.
The new prince soon needed a princess.
Great fun, fancy and full of life, living it. And I don't know what you thought of me.
Pretty amazing.
And I suppose in love.
Of course.
Whatever in love with you.
The whole world watched their story unfold. But the fairy tale had a nightmare ending. Their divorce and her tragic death. The royal family had never been confronted with such an outpouring of public grief. It redefined Elizabeth and Charles's relationship to their people and forced change on the monarchy. Charles committing to work that would improve lives, turning a largely ceremonial role into one with real purpose. By 2016, he was the hardest working royal, attending 530 engagements in just 1 year, campaigning especially for disadvantaged young people and on the climate.
Rainforests help keep our climate cool, yet they are being destroyed at the rate of a football pitch every 4 seconds.
He's acknowledged that as king, he will have to tone down these passions, but they are also the very issues that will keep him relevant to 21st century Britain.
Some real tests to come, and James, we were all saying here today while we were on the air how moved we were by the tapestry, the people of all backgrounds who came here to Buckingham Palace today.
Yeah, Britain is a completely different country to the one it was when his mother became queen. It is multi-ethnic, multicultural, and that is the country that Charles will now be king of. And maybe, because he's lived it, he may be better able to deal with those challenges than his mother.
Great to join you in your home in London tonight, James, thank you. Meantime, Queen Elizabeth, obviously the most famous woman in the world, but what endeared her to so many were the glimpses of Queen Elizabeth in her private life, a devoted wife, mother, grandmother, who juggled the monarchy with motherhood, and so often doing so with her playful sense of humor. Deborah Roberts, here in London tonight.
In 1957, television cameras first took us inside the Queen's private life. Seated at a desk, a young woman.
Happy Christmas.
She looks down at her notes, and we see the family photos crowding the shelves behind her.
Now, at least for a few minutes, I welcome you to the peace of my own home.
The new Queen, then just 5 years into her reign.
Camera on the royal family.
Already a mother of 2, the most famous working mom in the world, trying to get Anne to smile for the camera, laughing with Charles on the swing. She would juggle the role of mum and monarch.
The support of my family has, across the generations, been beyond measure.
She wore bright colors to be easily spotted, saying, "If I wore beige, nobody would know who I am." There were glimpses of her wry humor.
Something that is more unusual.
Yes.
It's been said when the Queen really laughs, she laughs with her whole face. Over of the decades, we've seen a blushing girl about to marry her handsome prince.
We can see how immensely lucky we have been.
A mother grieving a terrible year.
It has turned out to be an annus horribilis.
We saw Elizabeth, and even alone, even in those quiet moments, she was the queen.
And you know, Deborah, when we were out talking to so many people here today, so many of them said, you know, somehow Queen Elizabeth for 70 years stayed above the political fray, the polarization, and she led by quiet example.
And those are the memories I think so many people are holding dear today, David. A queen who led a full life. Remember, many people thought of her as a pillar of duty and responsibility, but she was a mother also, and that's what you saw in those images. A mom of 4, a grandmother of 8, and a great-grandmother to 12, many of whom call her Gangan. So you wonder if maybe at the end of the day, that was what maybe brought her the most pride.
Yeah, no question about that. Deborah, thank you. And we should mention that later tonight, right here on ABC, Deborah's going to be here with me and the entire team. A look at Queen Elizabeth's life and a look at King Charles' reign, the extraordinary images and footage rarely seen, and what our team discovered pouring through the archives today. Also, her fashion and what she said about her colorful outfits all these years. We love that quote. And of course, how she steered millions through so many challenges. Queen Elizabeth II, passing of the crown. It's a special edition of 2020, tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central, right here on ABC. And then later tonight, right here on this broadcast, the Queen and her beloved corgis, in her own words on why she loved them so. But we will get to the other news here tonight, and when we come back, the record heat wave and now the tropical storm slamming Southern California. We're tracking a hurricane as well that will affect the east in a moment.